Great, so we should be live on Facebook. Welcome to another edition of Morning Cup of Joe, where today we're going to focus on your agent branded website. And what you see on the screen is my agent branded website. And the things, I'll highlight some of the things here. Let me just size this a little bit better. So we all have this website that we have available to us. It's free for you to use. You can use something else, but why pay for more when you already have something that is pretty impressive from my perspective. And so let's start with the purpose of your website. So what is the purpose of your website? So I would say there's two purposes. One, your website is your online business card, your online business card. So when someone is looking you up and you have your website, they just want to see that you are a professional. And believe it or not everyone has a website. And some people have websites where links are not working. So let's just take a look at this real quick. Obviously, our websites need to be branded with the brokerage. And I did comparisons between our website and other brokerages, agent brokerages websites, and they all pretty much have the same content in terms of a searchable area here, some information about them, some information about the brokerage, some information about the neighborhood, and obviously some properties. And then there's some that have some additional topics as well, and you can customize this. So you can add some things to here. And for pretty easily too. And in fact, we have a company called Scott Leroy Marketing that will do some of this for you for free. So if you're interested in that, just follow up with me and I'll put you in touch with scottleroymarketing.com, support at scottleroymarketing.com. So some high level here, obviously we have to have our branding. This one here is for your team logo. If you have a team logo, I just have this one here as a placeholder for now as I'm working on updating my team logo. Over here, you have your team or your brand. So you have about us, about me, contact us, and some additional things that can be done is like a free home evaluation. So I'm just going to click on a few of these. And hold on, it takes a minute to load. That's one of the, I think the negatives is sometimes depending on your bandwidth, it does take a little bit of a minute to load. So find out what your home was worth. Someone can type in their property address. The nice thing about this then is when they fill something out on here, it comes back to you, the agent, right? Sometimes with some of these company branded sites, it goes to them, the brokerage. And then they're like, oh, look, I got a lead for you. I was just like, no, you generated the lead because someone found you already. So anyway, I've got something here on market analysis. I've got a link here to Keller Williams where someone can apply for a Keller Williams loan. A blog, with part of our MLS, we belong to HomeKeeper, and HomeKeeper does have a blog where this gets updated on a regular basis. You see here, powered by HomeKeeper. And, so it's got content that constantly changes. Okay, but again, most of the other brokerages have something similar, but, this is something you can do. Great schools. Schools are important in the Chicago area. So you can have a link to your schools. And I put, Lincoln Park, Lakeview as the focal center point. However, they could move this around if needed, if they wanted to. All right, and what else do I have on here that I wanted to show you? Those are the big ones. So then they could follow me on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and so on and so forth. So let's get into how do we create this. All right, so we're going to watch this together, and I'll be able to pause and have it going. It says 10 minutes, but I'm playing it at a little bit faster speed, so it won't be a full 10 minutes. So let's take a listen.
Right. So we are in the campaign section of command, and I have chosen to create a new campaign, and we're going to use direct mail. So click direct mail. Then we're going to name it. So the house I'm going to send a postcard about is 33 Spencer Road.
All right, so we're not going to do that. So I can't advance forward. So let me go through a different way of doing this. So let's actually go to, bear with me. Let's actually go to my website, or our company website here. So agent.kw.com, this is our website here. And we're going to go down to the bottom where it says consumer. All right, so consumer down here, you have an agent site pages. So the website is called agent site pages. So we're going to click on that. All right, and at the very top, you can see it says configure your agent site here. You see, I've already created mine, so it already says joegreen.kw.com. If you haven't, you should already have this as well. If not, or if you have it, you can still go to your configure your site. And I do recommend that you come back here possibly as much as on a monthly basis, just to see if there's anything you might want to change. So let's go to configure your site here. All right. So again, mine has already been created. Yours most likely has already been created as well. You just might not know that it's there. So we're going to always want to use the new KW sites. So you're not doing Playster or other options. So you're just going to click on that. And basically it says, take me through the Kelly guide of your agent site. So we're going to click on submit here. All right. And basically it's just going to walk you through the process, and I'm going to walk you through it as well. So we're going to click on get started. All right. Compliance reminder, acknowledge and continue. Just reminding you that you have to have your brokerage logos and addresses and information in there, right? You cannot hide the brokerage you work for. Compliance law, all right? All right, so on the left-hand side is your website, like a template of it. The right-hand side is where you're gonna potentially make any changes that you have. So you see here, choose your subdomain and configure profile. So I already have one, Joe Green. So I'm just gonna click on confirm, and it'll say you've already claimed it. But this could be a place if you wanted to change it for some reason. Now, I'd caution you from, making too many changes if you already have one. But maybe, they spelt your name wrong, or instead of your first and last name, you go by your initials. So whatever you might want to try here. So basically, you're checking out, does anyone else in the company have this name? So there are more than one Joe Green that works for Keller Williams. So I was lucky to be able to claim my name. All right, so confirm domain. So now we're going to click on marketing profile and just go through each of these. Again, it should already be there for you, but you might want to double check. Make sure everything is spelled correctly. Your team name, title, email address, office address, phone numbers, a little bio about yourself, right? So there's one there. And maybe that's the thing you look at and tweak every once in a while. It's like, well, when I wrote my bio, it's wintertime, now it's spring, and then things are more live. Let's see if I can make this more lively as an example. All right. Again, you're just double checking. Compliance legal footer there's nothing required for our market center, so you could leave those blank. If you have your photo, and this is where you can change your logo. I am working on my company logo, so I will need to update that when I get it all figured out. All right, so then your social media. Basically, you want to find the links to your social media page. So what I mean by that is let's take a look at Facebook as, the easy one to potentially go to. So I'm logging into Facebook here, and let's see if I click on. So this is my personal site. You see up here it says Joe Green Chicago, right? But I don't want them to go to my personal site. I do want them to go, if they click on it, to go to my business site, right? So in here, Joe Green Let me click on that one. Okay, so this is my business site, which I strongly recommend that you have both a business landing page and then a personal Facebook landing page as well. So you see here, this one says Joe Green KW1C. All right, so I'm going to copy that entire URL, and that's what would go here. So you can see here, Facebook Joe Green KW1C. So you want to make sure that goes to your business page as opposed to your personal page. Right, my personal page is going to have, me, walking a dog or doing that little cat video thing. But the business page is going to promote my brand, listings, open houses. So I want consumers to come there. That's why I'd want to have them come to my business Facebook page. All right, same thing with all the other ones. You're going to have those links in there. And we're going to save and continue. Again, most of this should be pre-populated if you've already created this, but it's a good practice to go through this again. All right, so you have a red theme, dark theme. I've already picked dark. And this here, your home page hero image, this is where you can, have some creativity, because this picture over here is what all Keller Williams agents have, right? Corporate gave us this website, but they weren't going to personally brand it for every single person in terms of knowing that agents in Chicago might want to have Chicago images. It's up to us to brand that. Okay, so if you see on the right-hand side, I've got images that are more Chicago-based, right? So most of my images, that one says Chicago. This one here says Chicago, the skyline, the bean, the lakefront. And it's okay to change those around. So you can have up to 5 of those. You don't have to have 5. And then what would happen is this carousels. By carousels, I mean, if you sat on my website page long enough, it would show one image, then the next, then the next, then the next. It kind of rotates, carousel rotating the images. Okay, so I'm going to save and continue here. And now it goes to the About Us. So we all will have an About Us and about the company landing page. And I know I need to make some changes here, because obviously this image, again, came from corporate. This image really doesn't reflect Chicago, right? This image here doesn't reflect Chicago. So you're going to want to go and change some of those. All right, so the content, that's where you're going to see the images, and you're going to want to change those, right? Upload image there. All right, so as you go through this, and again, everyone's unique. You're going to want to use your words, not my words. So that's why we're not spending too much time on the verbiage here. So now we're going to save and continue. So the first one was about us. About us could be about your team. About me can be about the individual. All right, so here's about me. Content. Again, you're just going to make sure everything is correct over here. Save and continue. Then how to contact us, right? To contact us, again, if they fill this out, you'll get a notification that someone was added to your command. And that's the unique thing about ours, is if someone enters their information on your website, you capture them into your command dashboard. All right, so we're going to save that one as well. And that's pretty much it. So at that point, you would have created or updated your website. So let's go back to that. Zoom, sometimes I gotta move this down a little bit because the Zoom header gets in my way. All right, so let's go back to that. Joe Green at kw.com. Again, every one of you has your own domain. Okay, and then this is what I mean. If we sit here long enough, you'll see this image will change from this Chicago skyline view to another one. There you go. All right, So that's what I want to go over today is every one of you has this website, has this feature. Feature properties, that's something you can add as well. You can have up to, I think it's either 10 or 12. I'm drawing a blank off the top of my head. I think you can have up to 12 properties here. Now, if it's not your listing or you don't have any listings, you can add properties here from our market center. Personally, I would, ask that you ask for permission from the agents. I doubt that any agent is going to be like, no, you can't promote my listing on here, because we all actually have, what's the word I'm looking for? As long as it's IDX compliant, which all our listings are, you should be able to add any listing that's in here. I still think best practice is you ask for permission. I've seen other agents put in listings here from other brokerages, and because it's IDX, it actually will say courtesy of, ABC company. So you are compliant should you choose someone else's listing. Okay. Again, if someone were to fill this out, you're going to get that lead. All right, that's all the time I have for today, and we'll dive into something different tomorrow. Also tomorrow, if you are part of Teams, we're doing a Teams workshop with our regional tech driver, Mike Hillary. So look for and sign up for that. All right, that's all I have for today. Let's see if there's any questions in the chat. Todd, thank you. We'll talk soon. Bye now.